We got the first pitch coming up, and it's brought to you by Butler's Apothecary. Butler's offers drug compounding, immunizations, health screenings, and free countywide delivery. Butler's Apothecary, 213 North Main Street, the way a pharmacy should be. J.D. Willis, he is one of the three, the trio from Willamette University in Oregon. And the big lefty is on the mound. I'm using a different scorebook tonight, so I don't have the defense written out here, so I'm going to have to make that work another way when we start this baseball game. The temperature at the start of this one, 89 degrees. We topped out at 93 today. Overnight tonight, we'll get down to 71. Let's take a look at the standings right now in the OVL. The Henderson Flash, by winning 2 in a row, well, they've moved themselves into third place ahead of the Hoptown Hoppers. This team that we're playing tonight, well, the Fulton Railroaders have dropped 10 in a row. They went from 4 and 3. They were in second place. They are now in fifth place in the party of 5 at 4 and 13. With the win tonight, the Flash would pull even at 500. Once again, Jake Vitale, Jonathan Walsh, and Charlie Furbett will get things started here in the top of the first inning from Flash Field on the north end of Henderson. Steve Tao and Wyatt Ellenberg here at the park. You can check out live video stream at WSONradio.com as well as WSON YouTube channel. Isaac Thatcher back at studio control at WSON Studios with the one and only Gray Busby there as well. Offense for Fulton. The left-hander steps in against Willis, and that one's low and outside for ball one. Outfield, straight away. Infield, straight away as well. Maybe the only person even with the bag, that's Lacey down at third base. The 1-0 pitch is a ground ball foul, and the count evens and a ball and a strike. Thanks for joining us here on our weekend version of Flash Baseball. As the Cardinals and the Red Sox just finished doing battle, or make that the Cardinals and the Giants, and then the Reds unfortunately drop a 4-3 decision to the Red Sox. Cardinals beat the Giants 9-4. The 1-1 pitch is outside again, and it's 2-1. Willis, the left-hander, big fella, sets and fires. That one's fouled off the plate, then the catcher, and stays in foul territory. And it's 2-2. Important for Flash pitching to get off to a fast start. They have the last couple of nights. Had a 6-run lead to start the game last night in Paducah and had to hold on for the 8-7 victory. Had a 6-run lead to start the game. The 2-2. Ground ball. That's going to get through for a single past the diving Aiden Mouton at second. And just like that, a runner on with nobody out.
Now batting for Fulton, the left fielder, Jonathan Walsh.
Jonathan Walsh, who plays left, batting for the first time. He'll be followed by Charlie Furbett. Very methodical is Mr. Willis, J.D. from Willamette University. He sets at the chest, looks to first. The left-hander kicks and fires. And the first pitch fastball is fouled straight back, 0-1. Good to see J.D. got off to a quick start with the first hitter. Just gave up kind of just a ball that barely got through the right side of the infield for the first hit of the game. J.D. is a redshirt senior coming back to play with his teammates Dylan Turner and Logan Haslam again for another season. That went as high. Now, he didn't play here last year, but he did play with the Flash the year before. That one's high, and it's 1-1. Texas A&M will take on Texas in the College Baseball World Series tonight at 6:30 on ESPN. That one's in the dirt. Runner's going to go, and far enough away from Reagan. That the leadoff man now reaches second on the wild pitch. Quietly starting out as an inning that could turn into something major for Fulton. A runner at second. Nobody out. 2 balls and a strike on Walsh. The redshirt senior looks back to second, and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Yeah, baby.
I'm sorry, strike 2. It evens a count at 2-2. I had my doubts when I said that. And justifiably so. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And the pitch. Throw down to second base, and the runner back in there safely. And boy, Mouton just misplayed that one. Bounced right into his glove, and he just let it carry him into center. And guess what? The leadoff man stands at third. Folks, it's a team that's lost 10 straight ball games. Not sure if anybody else has done that in the history of the OVL since the Flash have been a part of it. Yet here they are in the first inning, a little more locked in than the Henderson Flash. The 3-2 pitch. Back up the middle, and it's going to bring a run home, and it's 1-0 following the out at first. This is how you get or end a 10-game losing streak. 1 out for Charlie Furbett. He bats with the bases empty, but Fulton on top, 1-0. Furbett, a lefty, just like Willis. JD's pitch on the way. Good pitch on a fastball. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Good curveball, and I mean a big looping swing and a miss from the left-handed hitting Furbett. 0-2. Flash already with an error in that third column, the one you'd like to keep empty, just like you would the run column for the opposing team. Doesn't always happen. The 0-2 is cut on, fouled back. It remains 0-2. Texas A&M at 52-13, taking on 58-12. Tennessee as game one of that best-of-3 series. Tennessee a prohibitive favorite in that one. Both teams out of the SEC. The 0-2 off the end of the bat, fouled off left side, remains 0-2. And the 0-2. Check swing. They're going to maybe ask, did he go? They said no. Ball and 2 strikes now to Furbett. And the 1-2 on the way. Hitting there high to deep left field, right field, getting a late jump is Corville. And that one hits off the top of the wall. And the Railroaders now have a guy trying to get to third. Quick throw in time for the out. Nice job. Corville got a late jump because the sun was in his eyes. It was hit very well. He wasn't going to catch it. It was probably about a foot or so, maybe a foot and a half from going over the fence between the 340 sign and the right center alley, or the 315 down the line. But a good throw in and a great cutoff throw from Mouton to third for the out. So they got the double, but then the throw out. 9-4-5, 2 away. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. So after giving up a run, a couple of nice defensive plays, have the Flash getting out of this one, only surrendering the leadoff run. That one's in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Willis picking up the pace a little bit. Curveball. Check swing, but doesn't go. 2-1. Ibar, the batter, hits that one, and I mean hits it well, right up the middle. Line drive base hit to center. And it doesn't appear that the Railroaders have come here to mess around if they've got 3 hits in the inning. Fortunately for the Flash, only 1 run to show for it as Cole Sims, the DH, comes to the plate.
The DH, Cole Sims.
Another lefty in that lineup. I think we've seen 4 at the plate already this game. First pitch outside for ball one. We want to thank you to all the proud sponsors of Henderson Flash Baseball. We've had several home games here of late. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, he definitely went. Kind of a self-defense swing at that, but that ball, if he had walked into it or kind of turned into it, would have hit him. 1 ball, 1 strike. A runner at first and 2 outs, 1-0. Fulton leads the Flash, but to be fair, the Flash have not batted yet. Came up with, I think, 6 runs in the opening frame on the road at Paducah last night. Held on for that 8-7 victory. The 2-1 from Willis on its way. Good pitch on the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. Texas A&M draws first blood. They get a run in the top of the first inning. The way it looks, it might have been a solo home run. Yep. The leadoff man with a home run to start the game puts Texas A&M on top. The 3-2 misses for ball 4. First and second, still 2 outs with 1 run in. It's 1-0 as Alejandro Quies comes to the plate for the first time tonight. Two outs, first and second, of the pitch. Low outside. Ooh, that's a called strike. We'll take that, but I'd be mad if that came against us. Way too early to be making that generous of a strike zone. The 0-1 from Willis. Swing and a miss. And a big sweeping curveball from Willis, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 1 in for Fulton here in the top of the first. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that retires the side. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the frame. It is Fulton 1. Flash coming to bat when we return on WSON and WSONradio.com. Bottom of inning number 1. On the mound is Mitt Landers, the right-hander thrower. He throws a very nice fastball, as we saw just moments ago. Aiden Mouton, Taylor Head is into the game for Andrew Lee. That happened just a few minutes before the opener. Tyson LeBlanc, the shortstop, will bat third. Cleanup hitter, third baseman Logan Lacey. Batting fifth will be the left fielder Nate York. Batting sixth will be Crawford. I'll make that not Crawford. He's batting seventh tonight. Batting sixth, Ellis Hurt, the DH. Batting seventh, Crawford Corfield, the right fielder. The catcher, Ian Reagan, batting eighth. And Wyatt Bowling, the center fielder, will bat ninth for Coach J.D. Arndt. The second baseman, Mouton. had an error defensively in the top of this inning that led to the only run that has been on the board in this game. Batting for the first time tonight. And my guess is that Lander had to put his batting glove in his back pocket. He probably had it on his glove hand. First pitch is a fastball at the belt for a called strike. 0-1. The right-handed hitting Mouton and the quick working Lander. Fastball at the knees, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2. Well, somebody needs to notify Aiden Mouton that the game has started. An error in the top of the frame, and now 3 pitches, and he's down on strikes. 1 out for Taylor Head, who was a late insertion to the lineup. 1 out, nobody aboard. Lander, 3 pitches, 3 strikes already. First pitch fouled back, and it's 0-1.
All foul balls to the merchandise tent for a sweet pride.
The 0-1 outside, and it's 1-1 with 1 away. I'm talking about like Babe Ruth League ferocity. Lander gets the ball and he says, "Why wait?" That's in the dirt. Now that's why, because now he's had a hard time finding the strike zone 2 of the last 3 pitches after striking out Mouton with 3 straight fastballs. Here's the 2-1, and that's a ground ball down the third base line and foul, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, just the 1 out. The right-hander Lander gets the sign, and the 2-2 is a chopper to third. That's knocked down over to first in time for the out. And there's 2 away for Tyson LeBlanc.
Now batting Fulton Flash, the shortstop, 0, Tyson LeBlanc.
LeBlanc batting for the first time tonight. 2 outs, nobody on. Lander with the pitch. High for ball 1. Swing, and the ball hit in the air to center field. That's going to get over the head and off the wall. Right near the top of that wall in straightaway center. Hit that one 370 feet. And LeBlanc is on with a stand-up double. And a Flash or a base hit away from tying it up. And I've got just the guy, Logan Lacey, the third baseman tonight. He bats with a runner in scoring position down there at second base and 2 away. The pitch to Lacey. Inside, gets away from the catcher, and now the Flash are just 90 feet away from tying it up. As LeBlanc made his way to third after the double to straightaway center. He literally missed a home run by about 1.5 feet off the top of that wall. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner evens things up at 1-1. A run on 2 hits with no errors for Fulton. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Flash. Chopper, that's going to be foul down the third base line. Taking cover there was LeBlanc. He just collapsed there just outside the third base line. And it's 1-2 now to Logan Lacey of Harding University. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's going to do it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We move to the second. 1-0. Fulton lead the Flash here on WSON. Back with more after this. throwing Charlie Furbin out at third base. They might be still batting as Furbin tried to stretch a double into a single. You can't fault the kids' efforts. This is a team that lost 10 games in a row and already had a run in the top of the first inning.
Leading off the inning for the Railroaders, center fielder Daniel Irizarry.
Boy, you took a trip with that one, Irizarry. It's I think it's not even really his name, and they're just making us say it. First pitch to Irizarry is low for ball one. Irizarry will be followed by Spalding and then Kalen. The 6 make that 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Railroaders. JD on for his second inning. Swinging the ball popped up right over to left field, and the left fielder is going to make the catch, and that is Nate York makes the play for out number one. Spalding, the shortstop, batting for the first time tonight, will dig in. The left-hander, Willis, sets and fires. First pitch is popped up. And making the play on it will be the first baseman, Taylor Head, for the out.
Now batting for Fulton, the catcher.
Quickly, 2 gone. Lacey, LeBlanc, Mouton, and Head, the infield third to first. York, Bowling, and Corville, the outfield left to right. Ian Reagan behind the dish. All them out for his second inning, J.D. Willis. First pitch misses low for ball one, and J.D. quickly with the second, and it's a beauty. Just below the belt, a ball and a strike. The next home game won't be until Wednesday of this coming week. The Flash will take on the Paducah Chiefs, the same Chiefs team they beat last night. The 1-1 is outside, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Flash going for win number 9 on the season. They're 8-9 currently, trying to get back to 500 for the second time this year. The 2-1. And a smash up the middle, but right into the glove of Mouton. The line drive ends the frame. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We head now to the bottom of the second inning. Fulton 1, Flash nothing. When we return, it's the bottom of inning number 2 on WSON. Trailing at 1-0. Both teams have put the ball in play quite well, and right now you'd have to give the edge to the Railroaders. They've got already 2 hits with that 1 run. But I got to tell you, the best hit of the night perhaps is the one they were thrown out at third base on, trying to stretch a double into a triple. Texas A&M now lead the Volunteers 2-0. Still nobody out. Oh, I take that back. They're heading to the bottom of the first inning. So Texas A&M lead Tennessee 2-0. And never have I rooted for a college basketball team more than the Wildcats than I am for Texas A&M in this one. No championships for the Volunteers, please. First pitch swinging. It's 0-1 now to Nate York. Got some folks on the party deck, guys. That one's inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Midlander, he is a broadcaster's dream. He catches it, he toes the mound, he pitches it. Not much simpler than that. The 1-1. And a ground ball to third, takes a nasty hop, but picked up by the Railroader first baseman across the diamond and in time for the out. One away. Ellis Hurt will bat. Following him will be Crawdaddy Corville. He resembles a crawfish or a crawdaddy in no way, shape, or form. Ellis Hurt from Trevecca will step in. Trevecca Nazarene in Nashville, Tennessee. He's from a suburb, a very small town outside of Nashville. Ground ball up the middle. It's a single. Getting under the glove of the shortstop, and now we have a runner at first base with only one out for the Crawdaddy. Batting in the 7-hole tonight.
The Crawdaddy, Crawford Corville.
Tonight's public address announcing being held down by Max Warren. It sounds like he's got a future in this game, folks. Runner at first with one out. The pitch. He squares to bunt, misses it, throw to first, and he's out. Unbelievable. The Flash shoot themselves in the foot again, and it starts with Corville. Did not get the bunt down, and when he didn't, Hurt found himself in no man's land, so you can definitely spread the wealth of blame around a little bit. So 2 outs, nobody on. Swinging a ground ball to short. Picked up by the shortstop. Hustling is Corville, and he's going to get on. That is an error on the shortstop as that throw was uncatchable. So that puts the runner on. That's Corville hustling all the way, and the ball hit out of play. So now Corville moves down to second, so he's in scoring position with 2 outs and a base hit. Should bring him in when Ian Reagan, the catcher, steps to the plate. Throw to second. My goodness, almost picked off again with a Flash. It wasn't that Corville was getting an aggressive lead. I think he just kind of late jumped back to the bag. Two outs and a runner at second for the Flash. They trail it 1-0. The pitch. Low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Ian thought about making a cut, but held up way ahead of time. The first inhabitants of the party deck there down the right field line, right out beyond the Flash dugout. Throw back to second again. Landers. Now with the baseball back, he's been very aggressive, throwing around the bases, but the Flash have allowed it. Corville back up, dusts himself off. A 1 ball, no strike count to Ian Reagan, the Flash catcher. 2 outs, and he steps off the rubber again. Setting at the belt is Landers, and the pitch. That one's fouled deep but out of play beyond the party deck down the right field side. 1 ball, 1 strike to Reagan. We're in the bottom of the second inning as Fulton got off to a quick start. Used a Flash error to come up with their first run of the night on 2 hits. Flash no runs on 2 hits. Both teams with an error in this one. The one for Fulton came moments ago on the throwing error from the shortstop. That one was knocked out of play. Spalding is the one that uncorked the error that put Crawdaddy down at second. And the 1-2. And a ground ball to first, and it's an error. That's going to score a run. Here comes Corville. And we're tied at 1. Reaching on the air was Ian Reagan. Coming in to score, Corville, and we're all tied at 1. Wyatt Bowling, the 9-hitter, will bat in a tie ball game. There's some good news. Good time for the Flash to be aggressive here with 2 outs. Throw back to first base. Runner back in there safely. Good lead again by Reagan, who just reached on the air moments ago. 2 outs in the pitch. Fastball inside. Reagan squared the bunt. Had to move out of the way before it hit him, and yet it was a called strike. No balls and a strike to Wyatt Bowling, the left fielder tonight. Actually, I think Wyatt's in center. Nate York is in left. That one's fouled away, and it's 0-2. So none of this is really the problem of Mitt Landers, the Fulton pitcher. It's just things haven't went well. If they've got 2 errors in the inning and it cost them a run, it's tied at 1. Henderson and Fulton throw over to first. Runners back in there safely. Now what is his fault is the constant throws to first and second, but he's caught the Flash napping tonight, so why not? The 0-2. Outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes. Landers sets at the belt and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for the Flash here in inning number 2. There was 1 run on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the 3rd, tied at 1 here on your home for Henderson Flash Baseball, WSON and WSONradio.com. Ball, 860 AM, 96.5 FM, and the WSON radio app. The Fulton Railroaders and your Henderson Flash tied at 1 after 2 innings of play. Top of the 3rd inning, we'll see the leadoff man, Jake Vitale, followed by Jonathan Walsh and Charlie Furbitt. Willis in for his 3rd inning of starting pitching. And the first pitch fastball is fouled straight back, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Willis, the pitch, and a beauty right at the knees. Taken all the way through that was Vitale, and it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They say, did he go? They say, no. A ball and 2 strikes now to the leadoff man, Jake Vitale, the right fielder. And the 1-2 offering. Popped up. Running down the left field line is Lacey. He gets there in foul ground. He must have ran about 80 feet from his spot at third base just to corral that one. It's good to see Logan back in the lineup.
Now batting for Fulton, number 20,
making plays like that.
Walsh.
1 out for Jonathan Walsh, who grounded a short his only time up. It should be noted, Vitale is the one that has one of the 2 hits. He just made that pop out there. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball there, and it's 0-1. At the end of 1 inning, Texas A&M leads Tennessee 2-0 in the College Baseball World Series. But there is a lot of baseball to be played. That game could wind up 15-12 before it's all said and done. We know that. We've seen that before. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Outside corner. Paints it with a fastball, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Looks like JD's really starting to get into the groove, as Madonna would say. The pitch is popped foul beyond the grandstand again. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Flash will be at home again on WSON this Wednesday to take on the Paducah Chiefs, who are still currently in first place, but Madisonville closed in hard. The 1-2 outside misses a little wide of the mark, and it's 2-2 now. To Walsh. Furbett, who does have a double tonight, waits on deck. The 2-2 from JD is fouled back again. Furbett does the neighborly thing and picks up the baseball from his on-deck area. Gets it to the pitcher, and we're ready for more action. The 2-2 on its way. Popped up in the infield, moving into short right. Actually, it's Corville. Shades his eyes and makes the catch for out number 2. As right now, really a tough time for the right fielders to see the baseball. Even in center, it's a little tough there for bowling. McCordati, after getting a late jump on the ball in the first inning, made it back to the fence, hit his cutoff man Mouton, and Mouton hit third, and Logan Lacey with the tag out of our current hitter Furbett. Well, this would be probably a 2-1 game right now in favor of Fulton. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from JD. It's a breaking ball. I think it stopped about 20 feet before the plate and then restarted. And about that time, Furbett was ready to take the cut. Furbett 1 for 1, but was thrown out at third. Has a double tonight to his credit. Facing the 0-2 of J.D. Willis, and it's high with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spent a wonderful afternoon at the pool at Casa de Tau today. It was lovely. It was nice and hot out there. Temperature of the pool, you must know, 90 degrees. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the Railroaders here in the 3rd inning. We head to the bottom of inning number 3 with your score. Flash 1, Fulton 1. When we return, more Flash Baseball on WSON and WSONradio.com. Henderson Flash batting in their half of the third inning, tied at 1. We'll send to the plate Mouton, Head, and LeBlanc, the leadoff 2 and 3 hitters for the Henderson Flash. Facing Midlanders, and that one is low and outside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. We've never had fewer in the press box, and we've never been louder than we've been tonight. We are excited. This is a good Saturday. You've heard a good Friday. This is really good Saturday. That one misses. 2-0. And the pitch is hitting the air. That's going to reach the seats, though. 2-1 now to Mouton. The 2024 class of the Henderson County Sports Hall of Fame will be announced at some point this weekend, or maybe even the first of this week. The 2-1 is a bit high, and it's 3-1 now to Mouton, who is playing second base tonight for Coach J.D. Yarn's squad. The 3-1 inside and a little bit low for ball 4. First walk issued of the night for Midlanders.
Now batting for your Flash, number 6, Taylor.
1 out with a runner at first base. 1 on and nobody out. The runner at first is Mouton. The batter is Taylor Head. He was a late insert into the lineup for Andrew Lee that had just made it clear he just wasn't going to be able to play effectively tonight with the bad shoulder. And the pitch is a called strike, 0-1. And I hope I heard that correctly as far as to what the possible pain or injury was. First one's a called strike to Head, and the pitch is outside, 1-1. Flash got off to a quick start last night. I believe 6 runs in the top of the first inning. Held on to win 8-7 at Paducah. Paducah's still number 1. Flash moved into number 3 in the party of 5. The throw to first. Nice stop over there by the first baseman. Runner back easily. That is Mouton. Bottom of the third inning. 1-1. Henderson Flash and Fulton. Runner is going to go on the hit and run. And that one's popped up. Oh, wait a minute. Late start by the right fielder. That's going to get down. Oh! That looked pretty close. Kind of lost track of it there. Kind of had to look around Boxer, the coach at first base. And that is going to bring back both Mouton and the hitter, LeBlanc, or make that Head. And the thing is, if that's down, Mouton's going to head to third. We'll have runners at the corners with nobody out. But if he didn't even swing the bat, you're going to have a runner at second. He may go again. Here comes the 1-2. Nobody's going anywhere. That's in the dirt. No. They're going to call that a strikeout. Not much of an effort there by Head. I don't think he broke his wrist or anything. I think that's a no-go. So a strikeout gives us an out of the inning. That strikeout is the 4th of the game. One out, a runner at first for LeBlanc, who had the double. Takes what? The guy behind home plate, I know he's getting it for experience, but right now he's getting it as good as he's giving it. Right now, neither very good. That was a high and inside fastball. Runner goes, and that one is hit high and deep. It's going to get over the right fielder. Extra bases, and here comes the go-ahead run. And the Flash lead it 2-1 on the RBI double to right center field by LeBlanc. His second double of the game. Great job by LeBlanc,
Number 10, Logan Lacey.
who is 2 for 2 tonight. Logan Lacey is the batter. Throw down to second base. And I don't know who the hecklers are below us, but I love them. They are fantastic. They have been on everything. They haven't missed a trick yet. They've been on the pitcher, the catcher, the umpire, and the runner's going to try to take a base, and he'll do it easy. He walked that deal to third. LeBlanc took a stolen base, and I mean, he was off and running, and I don't think the guy had even made his move toward the plate yet. And that one is hit hard, and that's going to knock in another run. That shot to left, and that is Lacey, and he's excited about that as well. He should be. RBI single by the guy. And the Flash have their second hit of inning, back-to-back hits. And coming in to score is LeBlanc. The pitch is outside for ball one. Runner at first, just the one out. 3-1, the Flash lead it. They have 4 hits now. Throw to first base, Lacey back in there. Lacey thinks what he had suffered from a couple of nights ago when fielding ground balls at third was his back had started stiffening, and then he thinks he had back spasms to go with that. So he has not done anything physical the last 2 days until he got out here and got his stretching in and took some ground balls. Staying pat there, and the fastball is high, and it's 2-0 now to Nate York.
Nope.
Lacey with a good lead over there. Landers comes to the plate, and that one's hit hard again. Left fielder's going to back up a step or two, and Lacey stays put at first, and there's 2 away. 2 outs for Ellis Hurt.
Now batting for your Flash, number 5, Ellis Hurt.
2 outs for Hurts. Lacey, I'm not sure if he's going to test that back in this situation, but maybe, because Ellis is 1 for 1. He had a single to left in his only plate appearance. He was eventually caught stealing, or picked off, as it were. 2 outs in the pitch, swing and a miss. And Ellis really seems to like that opening curveball most nights. Kind of swung through that at a pitch that wasn't quite that close. No balls and a strike. Oh, I just heard somebody say "mamaw" from the crowd. That's the things you don't necessarily get in high school baseball, but the OVL, you can almost hear it vividly from where they are.
Nope.
Runner over to first base. They try to keep Lacey as close to the bag as they can. Hurt with a ball and a strike. Digs in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled his head a little bit on that one. Swung through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. That was a foul ball from the beginning. Umpire a little testy because he had to say it again, but the problem was nobody heard it the first time. Now, he said it with anger the second time, and that's okay. But you've got to do a better job. And Coach J.D. Arndt's going to come down the line because at number 1, he's standing right there. So he's going to get his explanation. The home plate umpire is going to give him his explanation. And we're back. This guy behind the bench, he's had his problems today, but I'm going to lead a concerted effort not to get onto him. All right. As Ellis called timeout for a moment. Now he's back in. From the stretch, a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner at first. 2 runs in for the Flash, and that one is hit in the air to short center. Calling for it is the center fielder, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. But the damage is done for the Henderson Flash.
There was 2 hits, 2 runs, and no errors. Going to the top of the 4th.
2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 left on base. We move to the top of the 4th inning. Flash 3, Fulton 1 when we return on WSON and WSONradio.com. Yeah, Ibar, Sims, and Kiez, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for this Fulton squad. Ibar, the first baseman, he's made some fine plays over there.
For Fulton, number 24, Andreas Ibar.
J.D. Willis with the first pitch, and it's a beauty. As far as that hit down the line is concerned, luckily it went just foul. No balls and a strike. Willis kicks it, fires. That one's popped up into the air to center field, right in the path of Wyatt Bowling for the out. Quickly, 1 away. Cole Sims, the DH, will bat ahead of Alejandro Kiez. Tennessee has cut the lead in half. They now trail Texas A&M in the Men's College World Series. Game 1 of the best of 3 final, 2-1. Texas A&M on top. 1 out, nobody on, and the bunt is down. And let's just say the bunt is perfect. That's an infield single for Sims. And a runner at first base with 1 out for Alejandro Kiez, who struck out his only plate appearance. Previous, Sims, who reached on the bunt single, walked last time up. The only walk of the night for J.D. Willis. 1 out, 1 on, and the pitch from Kiez to Kiez. Oh, they had the runner picked off. They still have him picked off. What are we waiting on? Ian Reagan had him picked off at first, decided not to throw it. The second he held onto the ball, the kid stopped in the baseline. He still had a chance to throw to first, but opted not to. Runner at first still. And the 1-0 pitch from Willis. Popped up. And that's out of play. 1-1 now, the count on Kiez. The Chiefs lead the OVL party of 5 at 11-5. Madisonville half game back at 10-5. The Flash at 8-9, just a mere 3.5 games back. And that one's fouled into the mitt. Nope, can't hold on is Reagan, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And then bringing up the rear, the team that lost 10 in a row thus far, that is the Fulton Railroaders, playing much better tonight. However, they still trail the Flash 3-1. Right now, Fulton at 4-13. Runner goes. That one's fouled back on a good curveball. Nice job for Kiez to put some form of lumber on it.
And please be sure to return all foul balls to the Flash merchandise tent for a pretty cool prize.
So you're really starting to see 4 teams kind of distance themselves from the Railroaders. Hoptown and Henderson with 8 and 7 wins. Madisonville with 10 and Pittsburgh with 11. The 1-2 is popped in the air. And Lacey's going to have some room, and he makes the play in foul territory for the out. 2 down for Daniel Arizari.
Now batting for Fulton, number 12, Daniel Arizari.
Two outs and a runner at first. Willis has been sensational in the first 2 2/3 of this game. That one gets away from Reagan, and that gets a runner ice, and that gets Cole Sims down to second on the wild pitch. Runner at second. Tying run at the plate here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 outs and the 1-0 pitch from Willis. Good pitch right at the knees, and it's 1-1. JD, if you're just joining us, comes to us by way of Willamette University. He is a redshirt senior, as is Logan Haslam. Dylan Turner, also from Willamette, on the staff, and he did really well in the starting role last night for Henderson. And the 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner is taken for a called strike. Don't think Arizari was a good fan of that, but Arizari tonight has popped to left field. He's 0 for 1. And I think with a 1-2 count, looking for J.D. Willis to kind of slip one by him here. And let's move on to the bottom of the frame. The 1-2 pitch. Time is called. Well, as soon as he called it, he was questioned on it. The field umpire, they were sending him to third. And just like that, it was a timing issue, they said. He had done it too many times. But then he changed his call almost immediately. So not a bad call at all. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Railroaders here at the top of the 4th inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Flash leading at 3-1 over Fulton here on your home for Flash Baseball, WSON. Seven, 8, 9 hitters of Crawdaddy, Ian Reagan, and Wyatt Bowling. Crawdaddy in this one reached on an error, then made it all the way around. Eventually, thanks to the hit off the bat of Ian Reagan, as the error by the first baseman allowed the ball to carry him far enough away from Crawdaddy to go from second to home, hustling all the way. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Fulton. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Flash. Fastball almost hits Corville. He takes it inside for ball one. Chopper is foul. We got started just after 6:30, so this game just over 1 hour old. And when I say that, it's over by about 2 minutes now. The game that started at about 6:33. It's now 7:35. Current temperature in beautiful downtown Henderson is 86 degrees. And the 1-1 popped up, and that'll reach the seats also. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. Temperature starting to drop a little. As by the time this one ends, it'll be down to around 80 degrees. The 1-2 inside, and it's 2-2. And again, that's the second hit that just about hit Crawdaddy. All right, here's the 2-2 on its way. And a foul ball, third base area, right past Coach J.D. Arndt. Look at J.D. run over there and swiftly pick that baseball up. We had J.D. on this past Friday morning, or yesterday actually. That one's fouled straight back, as he was a part of the first ever Fulton Flash Coach's Corner. Brought to you by Talkaholics, and we talked baseball for about 10 minutes, and then we had one final time here for the 2024 season. Shannon Troutman, state champion coach of Our Lady Colonels, on. The 2-2 is a beauty. Taken for a call, third strike. Might have been a little high, at least that's what I'm thinking that he thought. That is now 5 strikeouts for Mitt Landers. And Ian Reagan, who reached on an error, the one that allowed Crawford to score moments ago. 3-1 your score, and that's a line drive base hit over the shortstop into left field. And Ian has his first hit of the night. He's been on twice. 1 for 2 for Wyatt Bowling. The Flash, they need to score really any chance they get, going for their first 3-game win streak of the season. Won 2 in a row over Hoptown 2 nights ago here at the field on Thursday, and last night on the road at Paducah. That one's thrown away, and that's going to get Reagan down to second. And sometimes that's what happens when you pay a little too much attention to the base runner. Now you put a guy in scoring position with only 1 out. A couple of good contact guys back-to-back with Bowling and the leadoff man, Mouton. So a runner at second now, and just the 1 out. Reagan is the runner. The catcher running for himself. The pitch, swing and a miss. And a nice cut there by Wyatt. To no avail, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Landers on the way. Hit the air left field. That's going to be hit right at the left fielder. And there's 2 gone.
Now batting for your Flash, the second baseman, Aiden Mouton.
All right, Mouton batting. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Doesn't take much just to get a guy on with a couple of outs, or a base hit here is going to bring home the 4th run of the game for the Flash, who already lead it by 2, 3-1. Mouton, the right-hander, hits the ball in the air and right over to the left fielder. He's heading back to the wall, and it gets over him. That's going to be a stand-up double, as an RBI coming in to score is Reagan, and just like that, it is a 5-1 game. The left fielder just kind of reached out for it. That was Walsh, and it just wasn't there. So a runner at second. 4-1 your score, and the batter is Taylor Head. That one's low for ball one. The 1-0 pitch from the right-handed throwing Landers is outside. It's 2-0. And again, when you go back and look at the book, this game early on is through no fault of Mitt Landers, the Fulton pitcher. He's pitched a fine game. He just has had some unfortunate defensive lapses behind him and some timely hitting. Ground ball to third, picked up by the third baseman. Good throw across the diamond to retire Taylor Head, and that retires the side.
After the bottom of the fourth inning, there were 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 error. Your Flash leads.
The Flash pick up a run on a hit. 1 error and 1 left on base. Here we go, top of the 5th inning. When we return, Flash 4, Fulton 1 on WSON and WSONradio.com. With the Flash on top by a count of 4-1, and J.D. Willis has given the Flash everything they could possibly want here through the first 4 complete innings. He and Mitt Landers had really thrown the ball well. It's just his defense, and by that I mean the Fulton defense, has kind of let him down from time to time.
Off the top of the 5th for Fulton. Number 2, Dave Spalding.
First pitch misses for ball 1. That was fouled back off the screen and onto the field of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, top of inning number 5, the home team Flash with 4 on the board, 6 hits and an error. Fulton 1 run on 3 hits and 3 errors. The 1-1 inside, a beauty. Ball and 2 strikes now. And the 1-2 from JD is low and inside, 1-1. Make that the 2-2 is fouled back again. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2, nobody on, nobody out. And a chopper to second. Picked up over to first in time for the out. Slick play there by Mouton for the 4-3 put out.
Now batting for Fulton, number 5.
And Nick Kalin, the catcher, will bat for the second time. He lined out to the second baseman, Mouton. He is 0 for 1. Waiting on deck is the right fielder, Jake Vitale, the leadoff hitter. That is a called strike. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Flash fans with something to cheer about tonight. And a swing and a miss, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from JD is a swing and a foul straight back. Got him to fish it one way out of the strike zone, high and away, but able to get a bat on it was Kalen, the catcher.
The only prescription is more cowbell.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fouled away again. Be really surprised and just kind of looking ahead if JD will go another inning or not. He has seen the Fulton boys 2 times, counting this at bat to Kalen. That one's popped up, but it's going to reach the seats as well. Because we've been seeing about 4 pitchers a night recently, as many as 5 in some cases. The 1-2 is high, and it's 2-2. Again, as JD puts it, you know, it's their responsibility to keep these guys' arms from getting too tired. They're giving everybody an opportunity to throw at least a couple of 3 innings a night. The 2-2. Out of play again. Wasted a lot of baseballs on the 9-hitter here.
Foul balls for the merchandise pick for a sweet prize.
Again, the 2-2. And again, a foul ball. This might be where you want to kind of make him chase one, because he is in self-defense mode. He's done a very good job, has Kalen, of knocking the ball out of play just to stay alive. The 2-2 again. Oh, man. How he kept from swinging if that a breaking ball low and in. So the count runs full at 3-2. Still just the 1 out in the inning. Flash 4, Fulton 1. Top of the 5th inning. And a ground ball to short. Takes a hop. Picked up by LeBlanc on the way to first for the out. 6-3 to retire Kalen finally. And they'll bring out the leadoff man, Vitale. Singled and scored the only run for Fulton. That happened back in inning number 1. He also popped out to the third baseman, Logan Lacey. And with 2 outs, nobody aboard, the first pitch swinging is fouled off the front facade of the Flash dugout. Andrew Lee, who was scheduled to start this one, who had to sit out, was a late scratch due to injury. The 0-1 is well outside, and it's a ball and a strike. Check back in with the College World Series. Texas A&M leads it in the top of the 3rd inning, 4-1 over Tennessee right now. That one's a called strike, as Texas A&M batting with 2 on and only 1 out and has a 3-1 lead in the 3rd. Here's the 1-2 pitch from J.D. Willis, and a chopper takes a high hop, caught out of the air over to first, and Mouton threw it away. I mean, just lollipopped it and just threw it away. Had plenty of time. That's going to be an error on Mouton on the throw, and that puts Vitale all the way down to second base. Still the 2 outs. Had a chance to get out of that inning.
Number 28, Jonathan Walsh.
But here we are with the 2-hitter now, Walsh, who's 0 for 2, grounded to short. Also popped out to right field. But he absolutely did just airmail it. And here's the thing. As Coach J.D. Arndt makes his way to the mound. He was easily going to get through the 5th inning. Now we'll see if JD is going to leave JD, the other JD, in. Any pitcher that went to the bullpen when JD left the dugout is probably loose now. And I've given JD a hard time with that since I started doing Flash baseball, and he and I worked together at South Middle School just a few years ago. Worked together for a couple of years, as a matter of fact. He's a great person, a great coach, and maybe an even a better human being. All right, they're going to break up that party there. And what this tells me is JD stays in for another hitter, maybe gets through the inning. What they're doing right now is getting more time that the next guy could be loose when we come back out for the 6th inning rather well. A&M has added another run. They lead Tennessee now 7-1. 7-1 currently. Texas A&M leads Tennessee, and again, a game that means nothing. If they were up 12 runs, I'd feel okay about it. But right now, up 6 runs over Tennessee, I feel okay about it. Runner at second as Coach Arndt exit the diamond. JD will face, at the very least, Jonathan Walsh. Nobody holding the runner. And the runner goes. And it's outside. Runner takes third base. That was probably as much as what the discussion was. So the stolen base credited to Vital. Walsh with a 1-ball, no strike count. The 1-2. Good looking pitch there. Drops right on the outside edge, and it's a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. Down the outside, he paints it again, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. JD with the sign from Ian, and the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off, and it remains a ball and 2 strikes. They head to the bottom of the 3rd inning in the College World Series in Omaha. Texas A&M 7, Tennessee 1. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again. You heard it hit that front facade area there. One ball and 2 strikes. On the hitter, Jonathan Walsh, and the 1-2 offering. Low and outside. Nice stop there by Reagan. A run on 3 hits, 3 errors for Fulton. 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors now for the Flash. Here's the 2-2. Outside, it's 3-2. And again, you can still be just as careful as you want to be with 2 bases open. But you'd like to end it right here. The Flash should already be out of this inning, were it not for an earlier throwing error. The payoff pitch. Stepping off the mound is Willis. Chases the runner back, and he's back on for the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that retires the side. Let me see. That gives JD now 3 strikeouts in the game, and he keeps them scoreless here through the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the frame. Still Henderson Flash 4, Fulton 1. When we return, more Flash baseball on WSON and WSONradio.com. in this, the bottom of the 5th inning.
Nope.
As the Flash have held it together with the exception of the 2 errors that only has cost them 1 run in the scoring column. As Fulton scored 1 run in the first, they haven't scored since. Flash with a run in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth to hold a 4-1 advantage. And LeBlanc, who has a pair of doubles and a run scored, leads it off. And the first pitch hits him right between the zeros on his back. That is a hit batsman. 1 on, nobody out. Logan Lacey is 1 for 2 tonight, had a single back in the third and has struck out. This is your hit and run guy, I can promise you. I wouldn't even know if I'd waste a hit and run on here. I'd get him over to second. Now you're going to get him over anyway with the wild pitch. And scampered down there is LeBlanc. Doesn't take long for Gary Baker to uncork his first wild pitch of the evening. As Flash look to add a run or 2 here in the 5th. Baker, the sign, and hoists that curveball. The catcher, Kalen, didn't even know he had it for a minute. Baker taking over for Mitt Landers, who gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. That one's low, 3-0. He also walked a batter. Baker has been in for 5 pitches so far, and all he's done is hit a batter. Here's the 3-0 to Lacey. At the knees, a called strike, and it's 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Flash on top, 4-1, looking for 3 wins in a row. They won here Thursday. They won last night in Paducah, and they're looking to win it here at home tonight. That's low and in the dirt. The runner's going to take the third. On the wild pitch, Lacey is going to go to first on the walk. So good hustle by LeBlanc. That makes runners at the corners with nobody out. And the coach is going to go out and have a word with the pitcher, and he waves everybody emphatically to stay at their position. And the head coach out there now, and he's just really, I'm sure, just going over what they like to do in these situations. And so with that being said, the coach will be shooed away from the field any moment now by the field umpire. Maybe it's going to be the home plate umpire because he's heading out there right now to do just that. And the coach is leaving the field without making any eye contact whatsoever with the home plate umpire. The batter is Nate York. He'll be followed by Ellis Hurt and hopefully at least Crawford Corville, maybe even Ian Reagan. Let's send as many guys to the plate here. Let's get this thing lengthened, the lead that is. Lacey, the runner at first, not going anywhere. Now he is. They're going to throw. No, they're not going to throw to second. They pump that throw, and Lacey slides in safely. It's encouraging to see how well he has performed tonight after suffering from spasms 2 nights ago at Paducah. Here, the home game here, where he was a late scratch from the starting lineup. Now he's at second, LeBlanc at third. Curveball is wide of the mark, and it's 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes Nate York is the batter. LeBlanc at third, Lacey at second, and the pitch from Baker is just a bit low, and it's 3-0. You could almost hear the gnashing of teeth out of that Fulton dugout as they got off to a quick start in the first inning, scoring a run, but haven't scored since. Here's the 3-0. Low for ball 4. So York is aboard. That's the second walk after the hit batsman, so he's low to the bases by virtue of giving up a hit. And that is going to do it for him. The pitching coach on his way out here, he's asking for the baseball. He literally took the baseball from the hand of the pitcher. And I got news for you. If kids are coming to play for you, and they don't have to come and play for you, but when they do, you treat them with respect. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more Henderson Flash baseball following this pitching change on WSON.
Number 5.
So DeFreitas, the second pitcher of the fifth inning for Fulton. The right-hander comes in. He looked like he threw the ball with good speed and threw the ball, looks like to me, a little closer to the strike zone in working out before seeing Ellis hurt. Bases are loaded for the Flash, so the infield is in on the grass for Fulton. Hurt's been putting the ball in play very well of late. Had his single at his first plate appearance tonight and then was picked off. Then he popped into center field, so he is 1 for 2 tonight. Batting for the third time. And his first time off of the new pitcher, DeFreitas. Or DeFreitas. The pitch. Now back up the middle. It's going to be picked up by the pitcher and force out at home plate. Pretty much the only spot you can hit it with the bases loaded.
Now batting for your Flash, number 20.
So that retires LeBlanc. Moving up, everybody moves. Lacey to third, York to second, and now Ellis, the runner at first base. Still just the one out for Crawdaddy. He has reached on an error, scored a run, also struck out looking. 0 for 2 tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike one. No balls hit a strike. The pitch to Crawford is outside corner, and it's 0-2. Again, Drake DeFreitas is the new pitcher, the third of the game and the second in this inning alone. And it's 0-2. And that one's fouled just over the on-deck hitter there, Ian Reagan. He had to kind of duck down. That was hit just over his head. So here we are, bases loaded. Corners are in, middle infield back at double play depth, and a swing and a miss. Just like that, there's 2 outs in the inning. Bases still loaded. Ian Reagan, who singled and scored last time out, also reached out of there. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a run scored. The pitch, low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from DeFreitas is outside. A fine stop there by Nick Kalin, the catcher. Two balls and no strikes. The pitch outside, 3-0. So maybe the Flash get a run the old-fashioned way on a bases-loaded walk. We'll see how that one plays out in just a moment. As they took that baseball out of play and actually rolled it into the Flash dugout. Never to be seen or heard from again. The 3-0 pitch. Beauty. Right down the heart of home plate. Reagan taking over all the way, and justifiably so. And the 3-1, he might be taken again. Swing and a miss. And it's 3-2. So now we go from 1 pitch out of the strike zone to getting a run in. Now we're 1 pitch away from a scoreless 5th inning. And the payoff, swing and a miss. My God, bases loaded, nobody out, and the Flash do not score. No runs. I've got no hits, no errors, and they leave them loaded. We head now to the 6th with your score. Flash 4, Fulton 1, when we return on WSON.